Hey, what's up, guys? It's Fatubsy, and I'm currently here with a new video, and I'm here with my friend Sir Brian.
So, what's good? YouTube.
We're
That's it.
doing we're doing something different today, different from my normal gameplay videos, because we're gonna be talking about philosophy.
Yes.
Yes. So, the topic of discussion tonight, we're thinking about doing religion. Is that right?
Facts. Yes, sir.
Facts. Okay. So, uh, what did you learn from school? Like, what did you?
Honestly, what I've learned, I thought about it more, and honestly, I'm defining myself to be like a Roman Catholic. But to be honest, I'm having questions like doubting the certain, like what's it called, the beliefs that are hmm, certain scriptures in the Bible, like certain things that were told throughout youth and growing up, like church school. I question the beliefs throughout time because like most of those scriptures I wrote in the Bible were written through like times before we weren't even born yet, and it's just those belief systems were ancient, and like the beliefs that I don't know. I'm running off right now, but what do you think of it right now?
Well, the
How do you say
thing
my words
is,
right?
it's interesting because I've gone to I've gone through 9 years of Catholic school,
Mm-hmm.
from kindergarten through eighth grade, and every year we always had a religion course.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost like they kind of beat it into our heads. We went to church, like, I think it was every Friday, like once a month, but it was always on a Friday, and we always had half days and stuff because of it. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. I mean, because a
Yeah.
lot of the people that believe in everything, it's all blind faith, right? They can't prove any of it.
Some of it is blind faith. But what I was talking about like earlier is that like the belief where people are saying that being homosexual and like being a part of the LGBTQ community, that's like that shit is against the Bible and against
Oh
religion.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
looked into it yesterday, and I'm not sure if God specifically said himself like being gay is bad. Because like last time I checked, that is not what he said at all. He didn't talk about religion. He talked about religion, but he didn't talk about like homosexuality or any of that for a long time. He just like discussed it for a little bit, but
well,
not really.
yeah. I mean, it's like anything, right? The media will always over exaggerate things to a point. However, I think it was in the Old Testament where somebody was saying that, like, thou shalt be damned if thou has sex with the same sex or something like that. I
He,
Yeah.
they said being in bed with another person of your same sex will be punishment of death. But the thing is, God did not say that. That was written down by people from a long ass time ago who had like a flawed view on their reality compared to now. I was looking like doing research on it. I don't think Jesus or God said anything bad about being homosexual by anything like that. But I'm questioning that belief and what's written there because honestly, as I'm doing more research, I'm learning now that like everyone who says that being gay, bi, trans is a sin honestly ain't talking about shit and they're just capping honestly.
They're capping. Well, yeah,
Yes.
I agree with you. However, the thing I feel is that, like, I don't know if God said that in the Bible story or maybe it was a person, but I
Mm-hmm.
personally would think that what they really meant by that is that it isn't really the natural way of nature. Like, it's
That's
not
what they were going on. Yeah.
right, which has a point. That's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's. I mean, it's not. But it's not like I'm saying that it's wrong at any standpoint. But it's not like it's not the natural way of reproduction or of life. It's a. I don't know. It's something different, but it's not like it's bad. But I don't think that in the Bible they really meant that. Oh, you will die if you're gay. You know what I mean?
They didn't say that. They just said they called it an abomination. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
Having sexual relations with someone of the same gender is an abomination
Uh huh.
because it goes against what the natural way of reproduction, which is what people believe to be the what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for?
The
The
law, I
reason
guess.
to live. Reason to live. That's the reason. The whole purpose of life is through love and reproduction.
Yeah.
Which honestly I find to be a little boring because like, to be fair, it's like logically speaking, that is the true purpose of life to
Of
reproduce and
course.
die. But at the same time, that's a little boring. Like I would like to make something of myself first, then reproduce. You know what I mean?
Well, but that's what they. Well, but yeah, I mean, well, you're thinking at a different, a little bit of a different level there of just like, because I think that's kind of part. When you grow and live your life, that's kind of part of the whole idea of you're gonna
Hmm.
grow, reproduce, create your family, and your family will try to do better than you, and so forth. And that's kind of that's the natural way of life that's happened since generations and generations.
But think of it as this: if the purpose of life is to reproduce, and say someone has lived a fulfilling life, successful life, has done everything, does a lot of good things, and lived an overall really good life, but that he never reproduced, he never he married, but he never had a child. Would that be a fulfilling life? Yes or no?
Oh, I think it. I mean, listen, personally, I think it is, but I think we're trying to fight the Bible here.
Yeah. But I'm switching
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
different topics. There is no script here. I'm just going off. Maybe
Oh, for
I'm
sure. No, we're not going. We don't have no script here on the Fatubsy channel.
honestly, maybe I'm just dumb and I'm just talking out my ass right now. But to be honest, I'm just like,
It's also like 2 in the morning, but
yeah, I'm just saying what's on my mind right now. That's
oh,
so
for
if my
sure.
words come out like misjumbled and like mixed up, then you know why. I'm just on that poo poo brain right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same, same. I mean,
Hmm.
it's interesting, but the Bible has a lot of I don't know. It's just it's blind faith. I mean, what in the Bible can somebody prove as a believer to be
I
true?
mean, honestly, hold on because I want to bring up a song that I listened to called "Dear God" by Dax. Check it out. He was talking about how he read so many beliefs throughout in a book and Bibles and like how he's starting to question that belief. He wants to hear from God directly. He wants to know what's right and what's wrong. He doesn't want to hear it from man. He doesn't want to hear it from a book. He wants to hear it from the Creator himself. And I think that's what a lot of people want because
Oh, for
if
sure.
there is a God, why isn't he proven himself now? Because we are blind right now. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to function right now.
Clearly,
We need that. We need that reassurance from
that Lord and
God, if he does
Savior.
exist, that we know that we like can like find out what's right and what's wrong, like how to handle shit.
Well,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean, even for me, like I used to do that too, where just be like, "Oh, God, like if you're real, can you show us? Like, do something, like show that you're real." Because it's like you always want that, but at the same time, I think God Himself, at least according to all the my learning at school and as well as going to church when I was little and just overall just
Mm-hmm.
learning, I feel like God wants us to kind of, if assuming He is real, right? I feel like
Yeah.
God wants us to kind of, believe on our own without questioning him. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if you're real, do this. Like, no, I
Yeah.
don't
No.
think he wants that.
Now, just one more thing. I want to hear your outtake on this shit.
Sure.
Right. I learned this. No, in lockdown, I learned about this subject called angel numbers, or what's it called? Something like that. Angel numbers. And pretty much, say you're doing your thing, you're living your life, and all of a sudden, you see like the number 15 somewhere onto like text or like on a pricing. And it's like, okay. And they start to see the number 15 repeatedly over and over again. And it's like, yo, why am I seeing 15 all over the place? And then you
Whoa.
look up.
You there? Yo, wait, I think we lost Brian.
Purpose to
Oh, wait.
what?
No, sorry, you cut out for a little bit there. You said, imagine seeing the number 15 everywhere, and then you cut out.
Yeah. Oh, my bad, my bad.
It's all good.
Listen, it's like you see the number 15 everywhere you go. Then you're like, damn, what does this number mean? So you look it up, and then you find out it's an angel number, and that's your guardian angels guiding you on how to like live your life and where to go from here. And it's giving you a message. What do
Whoa.
you think of that?
I mean, that's got me thinking a little bit now. I'm trying to think of a
Mhm.
number if maybe I've experienced that before. I feel like there's
Mhm.
been some interesting, just kind of weird phenomena. It's like, okay, that kind of just happened.
And people attribute that to being your guardian angels trying to talk to you and trying to guide you toward the right path.
Jeez.
Honestly, I'll pull up an article right now about it actually.
Yeah, yeah. Pull it up. Let's talk about that. Now, how does that
Okay.
tie into philosophy?
How it ties into philosophy? It ties into like what we were talking about earlier, the creator or not. Like, what do these numbers mean, or are we just like over analyzing the shit out of our world right now?
Well, I mean, obviously, a lot of things could be coincidence. I mean,
Hmm.
it's hard to, yeah. Huh. Let me think about that. That's
All
interesting.
right.
I mean, I
So I
would
look.
love to. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, go on, go on, go on.
I was gonna say I would love to believe in that. I mean, that would be super interesting if we had, you know, damn. I must start thinking about that now. If I ever see like
A
angel
reoccurring
numbers.
number.
Yeah, reoccurring number. Jeez.
Okay, so when will load? I'm gonna pull up the definition of the angel number 15
Go for
because
it.
they got numbers for like
Oh,
a lot. They
the
got definitions for a
definitions?
lot of them. Yeah.
Okay.
The number 15 in angel numerology marks the manifestation of a harmonious life, a synthesis of matter and spirit. Angel number 15 refers to the material and spiritual steady flow of energy, the source of power and cooperation. This number is relevant to those who want to learn and make a significant change in their lives. What do you think of that? How does 15 attribute to making a big change in your life? Do you think that's just bullshit, or
Yo,
yo,
my
spitting
hold
facts right
on.
now?
On my 15th birthday, on
Yeah.
my birthday cake, it said 15 also.
That's
What?
just crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What if your
Whoa.
guardian angel trying to tell you something?
Yeah. Right. Well, see, and that's like a thing. Like, how many times of quote unquote recurring? Because an example like that, what I just said there is recurring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. On my 15th birthday, I see number 15, or on a birthday card it says 15. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Or think of it like this.
Yeah.
What if instead of 15 being an angel number trying to tell you how to guide you through your path, maybe it's your guardian angel. Say you're like a 14-year-old and you're seeing number 15 around. What if that's your guardian angel telling you to prepare for what's coming, telling you at the age of 15 this weird shit's about to happen and it'll probably change your life for better or worse? What do you think of that?
Well, um,
Honestly, looking this up and like it sounds so
I
far fetched. Honestly,
I
it
think
sounds
it's a load of
crazy.
horse shit. But
But to be honest, I'm like, yo,
I would love
maybe.
to believe in it. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yo,
I
wait
have
a
no idea.
real talk. Maybe.
Maybe they spit in facts though.
I mean, I would, yeah. Huh.
You had to experience it for yourself in order to like determine if it's really not. Honestly.
Or it's like the, omens and stuff like, oh,
Yeah.
like if you see a bird crash into your window or like hit, smack your window and die, that's like a symbol someone's going to die in your family. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. That's
That
just crazy.
that's happened to me before, dude. It's freaking
Damn.
weird, but nobody
You
died.
want to go on about it? No one died.
No, that's the thing. So there's a lot of weird stuff. How do you think something? I mean, just because now we're talking about like death and all that. How do you feel about like do ghosts tie into philosophy at all?
Ghosts?
Like-
no.
Well, no, but
Honestly,
maybe the concept of life after death.
there is a concept between life after death. Obviously, there's that belief we're talking about. Like, if you were a good boy and you've done good things, you go to heaven. Or if you've been a bad boy, you've done some pretty fucked up things, you go to hell. Is that belief? Or there are some philosophers who just believe like after you die, there's just blackness, just blank, nothing. But honestly, I refuse. That just sounds nonsensical.
Really?
I think a more like reasonable approach that some philosophers have agreed upon is reincarnation. Honestly, I don't know if I believe in that. It
Oh.
sounds a little far fetched, but honestly,
Well, yeah.
because like I've seen like videos of people having near-death experiences, and when they feel like they're about to die, they saw like a white light in their eyes, seeing them, and like I don't know if it was talking to them, but they were like they saw a white light, and it seemed like it protected them and saved them, prevented them from going out when they weren't supposed to.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those videos too where like, oh, yeah, I died and my spirit lifted up and then all of a sudden I saw God and he was like, hey, yo, it's not your time yet. Or something,
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, I try to think about this too sometimes. Like, when you fall asleep and you don't know what's going on. The only time you know what's going on is when you, close your eyes the second before you fall asleep and then you wake up.
Yeah,
So,
but to be honest, like your whole body doesn't like shut down when you go to sleep. Like your ears
No.
still working, your brain's still on. Like when you fall asleep to music and you have a dream, you hear that music in the back of your head when you're dreaming. Then you wake up and you're listening to that song. It's crazy, but it's because like your ears are still up. Like your body's still active while you're asleep. You're just
God,
in
yeah.
slumber mode. RN.
It's really funny because I used to set my alarm to music, but it never worked because I would always wake up. I mean, no, I would never wake up. I would be having the dream of like my favorite band playing the song, like that's playing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, so I'm waking up an hour later and I missed school. You know what I mean? Because it's just like the alarm. I can't mess with music. What's up? Oh boy, we lost
Bro.
Sir Brian. What happened? Sir Brian? Sir Brian? Oh man, we lost Sir Brian. Hey yo, where'd he go? Let's
I don't know.
see.
He's gone.
Oh,
Oh, there
what
you are.
the fuck?
What? I don't know what
Oh,
that was.
what the?
Audio just cut out for a minute. I don't know what that was.
All right.
Edit that out, bro. Whoever's
Ed-
editing it, just edit that out.
God damn it! I gotta edit that later. All right.
Yeah. Back to what I was saying.
What were we saying?
How's your sleep schedule going, bro?
How's my sleep schedule going? Jesus. Well, obviously it's 2 a.m. and then I'm not even tired yet. So.
I don't have a sleep schedule, honestly.
Oh, no, do I? I mean, I'll probably pass out around 4. Wake up like up 2, 3 o'clock.
You go to sleep at 4?
Sometimes.
I wish I were you, bro. I go to sleep at like 5 or 6 o'clock.
Oh.
That
Yo.
shit is crazy. You're
Dude,
trying to go to sleep. You try to go to sleep. You see the sunrise, bird chirping. It's like,
Oh
fuck,
my.
that shit is whack, bro. And it's broad daylight outside at 6 a.m. You just go to sleep. That's, bro.
Well, that's a problem. Well, I find it funny, like, whenever I hear the birds chirping, I'm like, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's bedtime now. It's so funny because, though, like, when this is all over, what are we going to do?
How are we gonna? What do you mean? And what do you mean? What are you gonna do?
Well, obviously we didn't fucking go to bed at 5 in the morning for school. At least I didn't.
Facts. I mean, yeah. But golly, I mean, we just gotta find a way to adapt again. We just gotta find a way to like get back into what we were doing, because like shit is being thrown off right now.
Yeah, it's very true. Very, very
Mhm.
true. How
Now back to the topic what we were talking about.
religion.
Yeah. I've heard stories of pastors talking about how they visited heaven before, like talked to Jesus
I've
in
heard
person through heaven. I have no idea how they visit heaven. I don't know if it's through their sleep or like they get like invited through. I don't know.
Well, there's also
Visiting.
stories of like them visiting hell. Like I was watching one thing with the guy was like, "Oh, I went down in hell for like an hour and I saw Hitler and I saw all these, bad people, and then all of a sudden like this demon was trying to put me in this cage with some other bad people, and then this hand came down and picked me up, and then I was back in the office in the hospital bed. I'm just
I
like,
don't know, man.
like I don't. Yeah, it's hard. Well, have you
I
ever
don't
seen
know.
Have you ever seen the movie God Is Real?
Tell me about it.
Basically, it's a true story. This for the most part. This baby, no, he was a kid. He was a kid where basically he got diagnosed with some cancer, I think it was, and
Mhm.
he died, and basically he goes to heaven and he sees his grandfather, but he's never met or heard of his grandfather before. Like
Yeah.
they just never talked about it. His parents never talked about it, and he saw like all these relatives of his, and he saw Jesus, and like about an hour later, he gets a pulse again, and he comes back to life, and he starts talking about all like his parents, his grandparents, like their names and stuff, and then his parents were like, "How do you know this? We never told you about it." And he was like, "Oh, I met them, I saw them," and what's interesting is another story came up, I believe a couple years after the book, because it was a book originally, then a movie came out. But a few years after the book came out, another story came out,
Mhm.
like around I think it was the Middle East, and it was a girl who basically went through the same experience where she died and she visited heaven, and
Damn.
they both saw Jesus, but the here's the interesting thing, is that they were both told to draw a picture of Jesus, and it came out almost identical.
Damn. Was it like how churches depict him, or was it completely different?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was as churches predicted. The long hair, the 5 o'clock shadow, the
Mhm.
kind of, yeah. But he wasn't as dark as they made him out, as like people historically believe,
Mhm.
because of his region.
Honestly, yeah, it wasn't white.
He wasn't
Kinda
white,
sad.
but he wasn't like necessarily that black either. He was kind of like, I mean, I don't know. Listen, uh, this could all be proven to be wrong in the end, or maybe they were in cohorts and they were like, "Oh yeah, let's make some money off this." You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
mean, you never know. Um,
Honestly, I've said this by many times. I don't really want to be a religious person, because if it Religion's fucking terrifying, man. Honestly, I find it to be scary
Now this is an
because like
interesting topic. Yeah, go ahead.
it's interesting, but I just find it to be like real scary. It's like keep continuously like every day devoting your having that mindset, thinking like, oh, this life is temporary, this life is permanent, and then that life in heaven with God is permanent. I'm just like, bro, if this life is temporary, is like what we do like does what we do now like matter in like the long run? And then that just like sends me into like a loop of just stress. And honestly, it's just terrifying, overwhelming to think about it 24/7.
Well, here's the thing too. If you ever notice, religion is terrifying. I agree for that reason. However, I also find it terrifying because, let's say you and I, right? Where I think we've talked about this a little bit. Where, at least for me personally, I do believe in God, but
Yeah,
I have skeptics, or I'm very skeptical about Jesus and many other Bible teachings,
a
whatever.
lot of people. Yeah,
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, like, God teaches, and from 9 years of Catholic school, they've always taught, you got to believe in Jesus, you got to believe in God, or else you're not going to heaven and you're going to go to hell. And it's like, that's a scary thought, too. Now,
it's
it's not just scary to you and I, but because if you notice, when if you ever go to church, most of the crowd that you see there is old people. Why do you think?
I just think that young people are just like they're too lazy to like actually go to church. It's not necessarily they don't have a belief of it, which
Well, wait, I think you cut out again.
they're just like
You're cutting out a little bit. Sir Brian? Fuck. I'm gonna have to make a couple edits here. Sir Brian. Hello. Sir Brian. Sir Brian?
am I talking?
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah. Sorry. You cut out
God
again.
damn, what's going on, bro?
Dude, I don't know.
Damn.
But maybe it's a sign. Maybe we should.
Don't,
Maybe we shouldn't
bro,
be.
don't bring that
Maybe
up,
we
bro.
shouldn't be questioning right now. Maybe
we
it's a
shouldn't be
sign.
questioning.
Cause
Honestly, bro.
you were on to a great point, and then you got cut out.
I don't know, it happened before.
What were you gonna say?
I was just talking about how like, well, I don't necessarily believe that some. I don't know. Let me say it again. I just think that while people who do have a belief in Jesus, I think they're just kind of lazy to actually go to church. While they do have that spirituality belief, they're just not that committed to going to church every Sunday. But
Well,
honestly, as I see it, like you can be spiritual. You can have that belief and not be like overly religious, like promote it all the time. You just gotta have that faith, I think.
and I hope you're right. But here's the reason why I believe that old people go to church all the time. You know why? Because they're scared. They know
Scared.
they only have a few more years to live. Some of them may know when their death date is, and they want to go to church to pray and pray to God that when they die they might go to heaven. If you notice, if you ever ask people, right, like, oh, people never say like, oh, I hate God or whatever. Like they never say it like legitimately.
I mean, some people do.
Dude, even atheists, man, that they'll say like, oh yeah, I don't believe in him, but they'll never say like, oh, I hate that guy. Like I hate this. I've never
But I
seen that
guarantee-
before.
I guarantee there are people in the world who like legitimately like have a hatred for God.
And maybe you're right. But just personally, I have never seen it. And the reason why I mean, I just got this feeling, man, that like, it's almost like there's something deep inside of us that's, although we may feel ourselves that nothing is there, or nothing is real, something's there. Something inside of us is telling us to, you know what? Like, because at the end, those old people, they're going to church because they're like, you know what? I only got a few more years to live. Let me try to just make sure and apologize for all that I've done and pray that I can get to heaven. Even though they spend a whole lifetime denying the existence of any of it.
Or they could just have a genuine belief of it. They don't necessarily
Yeah.
be scared. They can have a belief genuinely.
You know what? And I'm sure that some do, but it wouldn't surprise me if some came out to be like, you know what? I'm afraid of my afterlife. What will happen? But what's interesting, too, about this, right, is it's not like Christianity or Judaism is the only religion. What if the ancient Egyptians are right? What if the Muslims are right? Where now all of a sudden Osama bin Laden's got like 80 virgins with him right now.
Yeah, but this is what Remember that song I brought up called "Dear God" by Dax? He was talking about on one of the verses. He was rapping about saying, "Why is there only one you but multiple religions?" And I thought that was fascinating because, as I see it, religion is always up to interpretation. It's always up to what you want to believe is right.
Absolutely.
But if we're being promoted one thing when there's actually another whole system of beliefs, then like that was the whole purpose of the song. Like, tell us which is the real, which the whole purpose of that song was like, God, come down to us and tell us the answers. Tell us what to believe in and what's fake. Then we'll know. 'Cause I don't want to hear from a person anymore. Because every time I hear from a person, I'm either being lied to, or I'm just being blindly forced to believe in something.
And this
So
is
just
this is why I find it so great to be talking about this, like in a philosophical, is that
philosophical.
philosophical? There you go. In a
Goddamn.
philosophical context, only because
Mhm.
we're both just dudes asking questions to ourselves. There's no right or wrong answer here. We're just having fun. We're just bouncing off ideas.
Maybe there is a right answer.
Maybe there is, but
Mhm.
here's my thing too. What if the Greek gods are real and
I.
listen, no, no, no,
I'm gonna say that
hold
right.
on.
Okay, go on. Go on.
Listen,
Go on.
to me, the Greek gods are as far fetched as like terrorists having 40 virgins when they die after killing thousands of Americans or whoever. To me, those are just as far fetched, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because
because it doesn't seem logical. Of course, to us as humans, it does not seem logical. But does that necessarily mean that it isn't impossible?
look, let me be honest. Why would look? I understand why I worship God because He is the model of like this perfect, like faithful, wholesome person that we should all strive to be.
Chad.
Meanwhile, Zeus was a dickhead, bro. Like this man
Well,
cheated on like he has so many wives and cheated on all of them, and like someone talks shit about Zeus and like he
okay.
made sure that they paid.
Hold on.
Like Zeus made his presence known.
Hold on. But also, the Muslim God paid people for killing others in women.
Damn.
How bad is that? Think about that. Would you rather
Yeah.
have different gods that have their own lore, or would you,
Lore.
or would you have one god who's just straight up a dickhead and hates people?
I mean, to be fair, Zeus was god of gods. There's more than one god in Greek mythology,
Oh,
and
for
I'm glad I
sure.
like.
God of Poseidon, god of love, god of everything, god
But
of
they
the
make their
sun.
presences known.
Yeah.
But if they were real, they would make their presence known now. But so far, we just hear crickets, nothing, bro.
Well, but hold on. But let me counter that argument. Do you feel that they would make this that like Christianity God would make the same appearance now, especially in such a time of crisis when the entire Bible is basically about stories that God intervened. So
Honestly, look,
I'm gonna throw the same logic back at you.
as I'm saying it right now, I don't. I guess because like the world is just starting out during that time, I think God wanted to push them towards the right path. But since we've come so far, I think God's main mission and Jesus' main mission right now is to just observe. That's what I think they're trying to just observe and like see what's going on instead of directly getting involved.
So
Because I
you,
don't know.
now I wonder. So you think that they're observing you and I right now?
Yes, 100%. I think they have
Yes.
eyes on every single person. There's always that like
Man, they got
story
like,
saying
yeah. Oh, Sir Brian, that was cut out again.
there can be applied to.
Wait, you cut out again. Sir Brian. No. We're losing him. Discord, ladies and gentlemen.
What happened?
You cut out again. You were saying, oh boy. Sir Brian. Hello? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh shit. He's texting me right now. Ah.
Bro,
Yo, you there?
yo.
Yo.
What's good, bro?
Dude, I'm telling you, what if, hold on, what if God is like blocking us out right now?
Bro, or hear me out, bro. Or hear me out.
Dude, I've been hearing you out. Go ahead.
Maybe it's your internet. I don't know, man.
Oh!
Maybe it's just that. I don't know, bro.
Well, you know what? I don't think it's right to blame me. even though
Honestly, yeah. That was an assumption.
even though I'm running off Wi-Fi with a laptop.
Damn. Honestly.
So maybe,
Yeah.
but I haven't had this trouble with many. But it's all right. It doesn't matter. I mean, for the most.
Many interpretations.
Yes, so you're right.
Hmm.
But so you think God's watching us right now?
Yes. Along with every single human being on this earth.
What? Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think, at least. I wouldn't call myself like, overly religious, but that's just what I think that he's observing all of us.
You think God's proud of us?
I mean, we're always told that God loves us no matter what. I just think he's just doesn't like what we do sometimes. Because, as human beings, we're all sinners. We've all done some thing, whether it be to like a little extent or it be to like some borderline like criminal shit.
Of course.
So it just depends. We've all sinned once or like before.
For sure. Yeah, no one's perfect,
Mm-hmm.
No matter how great, no matter how small. It's happened.
Facts.
And it continues to happen. But, I don't know, man. What are some of the, like, when you were taking that philosophy course, still am, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the ideas that you were taught of by, like you were taught that others were thinking about? Like some other philosophers like Plato or Aristotle and...
So let's divulge it from the belief of God to more of just reincarnation instead. Let's talk about that because that was another belief.
Reincarnation, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So pretty much, as like the saying goes, you know what karma is, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So pretty much, you done good things. You've done good things. You've been a good person. You've done a lot of faithful acts. You have good karma, and then you'll surely be pleased once you get reborn into something like as great. Say like you do a lot of good things in this life, and then the next life you become the Rock. But they say you do a lot of bad things, and then you do a lot of fucked up shit. Then you get reborn to a Rock. So it generally depends on like how good of a person you are. So if you're a good person in this life, you'll get treated well in the next. But if you've been a dickhead in this life, then in the next life you'll surely be punished. That's the belief some have.
Now, who said this?
Who said this? I don't remember who said it specifically, but I've heard stories through documentaries about that's how people from back then, even still now, is how they think now. What do you think of that? Do you think that's true or not?
I mean, geez. Well, let me ask you this: do you think that those people that have gotten reincarnated would have past memories of their previous lives?
I think they can if they like.
So you think that a Rock has the memory? Oh yeah, I was the Rock.
No. Let me say, I don't think they have like memories of who they were. Because like obviously there's the new conscious, new person, but then that goes into soul theory, saying like if you get reborn into a new person, you're still the same person because you have that very soul. That's the soul theory. No matter who you are, no matter who you become in previous lives or new lives, you always will be the same person because you have that very same soul. So with that's
the soul theory. Okay.
That's soul theory, but it does contradict some other forms of beliefs.
Now, is that a philosophical?
That's philosophical theory.
Is that a philosophical theory? The soul theory?
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about those theories because there's another one called the body theory.
Okay.
Which pretty much goes into depth that no matter, say you've done some bad things in the past, right, and you want to make amends and change, but no matter how good you've been, no matter how much you've changed, you always and forever will be the same person because same body, same person. It's not necessarily just no matter what good you've done, you always will be the same person that did this or that.
But if you die, who will you become?
That's a different person because different body, different person. So then you become a different person after you die. If reincarnation does become a thing, if it is real.
So hold on. So I think I'm a little confused. But
you're a little confused.
A little bit. Well, because so same body, same person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you
We're
die,
not necessarily talking about death within this case. Not like a life after death situation. Just talking about like livelihood, and who you are, and just things like that.
So as if like
doesn't apply to that.
So like hold on, no. Yeah, give me an analogy.
An analogy of body theory?
Yes.
I'll say it again then. Say.
No, well,
say.
Go for it.
Say again. You've done some fucked up things in the past.
Uh-huh.
You change those, become a better person, and you've outgrown yourself of who you were. That still doesn't matter because you always will be the same person.
Like in your figure or
in your figure.
So like okay, hold on. So like let's say you were a fat, fat slobby guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're a mean
Yeah.
person, and then all of a sudden, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna turn my life around. I'm gonna become a nice dude. So you do that, and all of a sudden you're a skinny, heart healthy guy.
Mm-hmm. No
Is
matter
that
what,
body theory?
you'll always be the same person. No matter how you change your body, you always will be the same person.
Like
No matter what.
personality wise.
Personality wise and just through experience wise.
Oh well, I mean, I don't even know if that's a theory. I mean, I feel like that's just a fact. I mean, the reason why I say that is because me as someone who's 17, right? I've I've been like losing weight and doing exercise and stuff like that, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
the same person I was last year, and last year I was like 20 pounds heavier. So is that an example of body theory?
Mm.
Is that an example, Sir Brian?
The same person.
Wait, you cut out again. Oh my God, Sir Brian. Sir Brian. Boys, ladies and gentlemen, we have lost Sir Brian. I pray. Hello?
Bro, please, hello?
Yes, hello.
Oh, god damn it, man.
Dude, don't be saying that. That's sin.
Bro, I'm sorry.
We just
I'm
talked
sorry.
about it.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. We're talking
So,
about body theory now.
yeah, okay, so my example, right? Would that be an example of body theory?
Of you losing weight and changing.
But the only way I change is in my body, and from last year to this year, I lost 20 pounds, but my personality is the same. Is that body theory?
So from last year to this year, you will always be the same person. No matter how you change your personality, no matter what changes you make in your mind, if you have the same body, you will always and forever be the same person.
Well, I mean, it's not like I changed my body, but I lost weight.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's just you always same body, same person. That's it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not even. I feel like that shouldn't be a theory.
That shouldn't be a theory. You don't agree with that?
I agree with the idea, but I don't. I think it's too true of an idea to simply be an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I find that
Limit-
body theory, quote unquote, is and should be just a fact of life because yeah, your personality is going to be the same no matter who you are. You as a person will be the same no matter who you are, no matter how much you change. But
Mhm.
maybe certain aspects, maybe you are more forgiving or whatever, but you're still going to be the same person.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
let me talk about another theory then. What do you think about mind theory?
What's that?
You pretty much apply to what we've been discussing. Same soul, same person, same body, same person, same mind, same person. So pretty much mind theory, or yeah, that mind theory. In a sense, it just talks about if you have the same mind, same brain, same consciousness, you automatically are the same person, no matter how you change, no matter who you become, no matter who you alter yourself as. If you have the same brain, same pattern of thinking, same mind, then you shall forever be the same person.
I feel like
What do
that
you think of that?
I think that goes hand in hand with the body theory. I agree with it. I mean, because you're gonna be, it's like I said, you can add traits here and there, or uh, maybe you could become smarter, more intellectual, or more forgiving, or more, understanding of others. But you're gonna be the same people. You're gonna be the same person, mentally. Hello, Sir Brian.
Essentially, that.
Wait, you cut out again. Hey, Peter. Hey, Bonnie. Stop turning off the Wi-Fi. You probably didn't hear any of that. Hello?
Yo,
Yo.
my God, bro, you got work to do.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you gotta edit this out, bro.
Okay, fine.
All right, no, we're good. You're good, man.
This
It's
is
just a bro moment.
well, whatever. I might not edit anything.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows?
Because I kind of want it to be like it's a podcast with errors, whatever. We're
Mhm.
all just chilling. We're all having a good time.
And then there's one more I want to talk about, which a little more far-fetched compared to the others.
Okay.
Say you've done a regrettable thing and you regret doing that deeply. So then, say you make amends and change who you are and cut free from that regret, right?
Yep.
You'd be different, you'd be a changed person. But as the memory theory goes, if you still have memories of who you were in the past and what you've done in the past, then you are the same person as your past and you haven't changed. You are still the same person. You just done better things.
Wait, hold on. So you stop the regret, right?
You cut off the regrets, you cut free by being a better person, and you make amends and get closure. But if you still hold memories of who you were in your past, and any memory of your past,
By the past, you
you
mean
are
the regret.
not necessarily the regret, but also like past memories as well. You will still and forever be that person from your past, no matter how hard you change.
I mean, I feel like
As long
as long as you get closure for your, you know, for your regret.
The only way to be different with the memory theory is that if you had amnesia. You would forget everything. Then you're a completely different person.
Yeah. Well,
So what do you think of that?
yeah. I mean, I agree with that too because you know what, I've had regrets just as many others have as well. I have many regrets, and I'm sure I would love to get closure on it, but
Yeah.
I don't think even if I got closure with it, you know, I wouldn't be the same goofball that's freaking making a podcast at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be the same guy.
Yeah.
So I don't. I totally agree with that for sure.
So and while we're talking about the memory theory, there is this one movie with Harrison Ford.
Oh.
I don't remember the name of it.
Called
But
Star
essentially,
Wars Empire
it wasn't
Strikes
Star
Back.
Wars. It wasn't Star Wars at all. But it was this one movie where it's like he's a very successful businessman. He has a wife who he kind of neglects, and he has a child who he also sort of neglects. And he's very successful, and he's nearing like the prime of his job, right? But throughout that time, he gets shot and goes through a serious accident, and then
Okay.
he forgets his memory. He gets amnesia, and he forgets everything about who he was. And then through that experience of forgetting who he was, he tries to regain his memories, but at the same time, he's bonding more with his family. So while he gives up on the successes he made as a businessman, he still connects more with his family, and he becomes better in a sense by forgetting those memories of his past. So in that sense, he's a completely different person.
So
That's what
then
I'm trying to get.
that throws out the whole mind theory.
That throws out the mind theory. Like, I
Oh,
mean,
I like that.
no,
Well,
no, because with the mind theory,
Yeah.
same mind, it's same like brain, same all that. You're still the same person.
maybe his personality is the same, but
No,
his
completely different. They
Oh,
had
okay.
to reteach him math. They had to reteach him math and like while he was a little bit, while he was more neglectful and like rude to his family, he was nicer and bonded more when he was, in the hospital having amnesia due to the accident.
interesting.
Yeah.
So mind theory
So
is saying that like that. Okay, I understand the movie, but the mind theory itself would be a bit of contradictory of that, right?
mhm. Regarding Henry, that's what it's called.
Regarding Henry. Okay, so yeah, I'll check that out. That sounds interesting. But
Mhm.
the mind theory would be saying though that you're gonna be he should be the same person as he was before, but he's not now.
Mm. Yes, even though his entire like life has changed, he's forgotten everything that happened in his life, and he slowly regains memories throughout the movie. Same mind, same person. That's what
But
it
he's
necessarily says.
he's clearly different.
Clearly, he is different. Clearly, he is, and that goes with the body theory. Same body, same person. No matter if he's clearly different, if he still has the same body, he is still the same person. And same soul, with soul theory, he still has the same soul, therefore making him the same person. It just depends on which theory you believe more.
Interesting. Well,
So,
with
do you
him,
think?
yeah.
Do you think he was a different person, or do you think he's the same?
Oh man, I'll have to watch this movie, but I think to me it sounds like he's different, only because he has no recollection, and as a result, his personality had changed with people that he once hated or not hated but neglected. You know, he's totally changed. It's not like he changed his personality in a way that he doesn't remember the things he doesn't remember. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe that he is a different person entirely. I do think that he's
Yeah.
changed. How about you? And then he leaves. Hello? Oh boy.
Oh, but not again, bro.
Again. Well, okay. This one was shorter though. This one was shorter.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
So my question was, I tried to throw it back at you. Is what do you think? Because I agree, but what do you think?
And I've actually written this down before, and I actually have an answer to this.
Really?
I said that I think that Henry is a different person. This is because before he was shot, Henry didn't show his wife any affection and lacked an emotional bond. Now that after he was shot, he started anew and realized that he didn't like who he was in his past, and showed that those around him more love and affection, and chose to do the right thing more than the wrong thing. So in a sense, yeah, I think he is a different person. And honestly, even though same body, same person, I still think through the person he's become, I think he's changed. But since he has like no recollection of his past, he's put the past literally behind him as he forgot who he was.
Correct.
So I think in that sense, he has changed and has become different.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that totally makes sense. I wonder, like, if was that based on a true story?
Was that based on a true story? No.
Okay, that'd be interesting if it was.
Oh wait, I forgot one theory. Oh damn.
Now wait, all these theories, are these part of one central idea made by somebody?
Yes.
Who is
I
this
forgot
person?
who exactly, but
Gosh
I just
dang
remembered
it,
that-
Brian! Unprepared.
I forgot one theory. It's called the illusion theory. I forgot about it.
Okay.
I think the mind theory isn't actually a thing. It just went off my head.
Are you serious?
But look, bro.
You got
I
me
created a whole-
thinking about all this stuff.
Listen. But look, you shouldn't forget about the mind theory. Honestly, I made that shit. Like,
What's the mind theory? I'm kidding.
no, it's called the illusion theory.
Okay.
And the illusion theory, pretty much, it believes that no matter what, humans are changing every single day through every single experience, every single second, every single minute, hour. We're all changing based on the world around us. So we're never at 1 second the same person. We're always changing. So an illusion theorist would think that, yes, he is changing since the environment around him is changing. And I agree with the illusion theory more. I knew I was forgetting one. But through that, I think I'm more of an illusion theorist, honestly.
In that case, yeah. I mean, I feel like people don't just change like, oh, so basically I woke up, I ate a pancake, I am different now. You know what I mean?
That's what an illusion theorist would think.
No.
Before the pancake, you are one person, and then after the pancake, you're a different person.
But it's a fucking pancake.
Yeah, but either way, back when you were in your past, you never experienced that pancake. But now that you experience a pancake, that changed it. What if that pancake was bomb as hell?
Oh.
That should change your life.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So it's like, okay. Oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, so maybe if I added chocolate chips, it would have been better. Then that idea makes me a different person.
Mm-hmm.
As
new experiences, as you embrace the world around you, you alter and become a different person. That's what it's trying to get at.
Now, do me a favor. I'm trying to look this up right now too. Try to find out who made all these theories. Because was it one person or were these a collection of people?
I guarantee these were a collection of people. Through the class, I just learned about the soul. I've learned about these theories. I just didn't know who invented them. That's a good thing.
What do you know about
Maybe
people like Aristotle and things of that nature?
Aristotle and Plato. Obviously, you know, like the whole like phrase of Aristotle versus Plato.
I don't actually. That's what I want to talk to you about. But listen, we're hitting the 48-minute time frame. I don't know how long you want to go for, but we can always save it for the next episode.
Yeah, I say like for future episodes. I said like save it like less than an hour tops.
All right. So maybe
fair.
we'll make it like the 45-minute podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. Well, listen, it's great having you on here. We'll definitely be able to make some more of these in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you all enjoyed this, and we'll try to make some more in the coming times. Keep thinking. Maybe keep posting some comments. Figure out some stuff. Ask your parents. Fucking look it up on your own.
Do your own research. Don't listen to what I have to say. Do your own research.
Yeah, don't listen to us, but like, comment, subscribe. So, all right, guys. Bye-bye.